We had different cuts of the film. You know, it was an interesting set of circumstances because we were following the contemporary audition process, which was about dancers in New York struggling. Michael interviewed and examined dancers on Broadway in the winter of 1974, which in some cases verbatim became the show. We were able to actually go in and use those tapes to help us kind of bridge the contemporary audition process as well as the construction of the original. Well, John Braylio controlled them, so he just made them available. What was interesting is when John had them transferred, they'd been sitting in a safe deposit box all these years. So John wasn't certain whether or not that they were going to whether or not they were going to still be intact, whether they were going to be damaged, decayed. He didn't know. But luckily for everyone on Broadway and for us, they were in good shape and they were transferred over to a digital format, and that's how we heard them. I wanted to create a film that those individuals that had seen the original production and really were connoisseurs of the original production to be satisfied with the movie. And also, if you hadn't seen, the younger generation, if they haven't seen A Chorus Line, they'd maybe just heard about it through their parents and were aware of the importance of the show. If they were brought to the film, that they would also be satisfied. We were constantly led back to our structure was trying to create a film that mirrored the creation and what the original show was. So if something fell outside those lines in the filmmaking process or the editing process, we would look at it, see if it made sense. But it was really incredible how using that premise, following that architecture for our film, it kind of all led back to a story that mirrored the original. What struck me so much about dancers in New York, being on the ground, following all these dancers, was that really their commitment to the process. And commitment to improve themselves in terms of acting, singing, and dancing, and their dedication to the craft of a Broadway performer. They kill themselves day in and day out to try to get a job on Broadway. And getting close to, quote, being on the line, but most of the times you don't, and having to get up the next day and pull it all back together again and take the steps to accomplish something. It was really universal.